Mouse74 with another video review. We're going to begin the next 9 reviews on the Transformers Prime Cyberverse line. Right now we're going to begin with Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime. Really cool looking figure. As you can see, it does come with 2 translucent blue cannons. Those look pretty cool too. Right now we'll just quickly take a look at the back. Shows you a picture of his truck mode and his robot mode. So here he is in his truck mode with the cannons on top, and here he is in his awesome looking robot mode. And in the center it says Command Your World, with the Autobots on one side and the Decepticons on the other side, and an Autobot logo on top. So let's get this guy in his truck mode and see how cool these Cyberverse figures really are. Alright, so here we have Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime in his cool looking truck mode. Very cool looking figure. I'll give you guys a close-up, a full 360, and then I guess we can get into some of the detail. So as you can see, he does come with his blue translucent cannons. If you don't like them there are 2 other peg holes, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. So let's just get a close-up so you guys can see better. So I'll give you guys a full 360, and then we can get into some of the detail as we move along. So like I said, you can put the cannons on top of the cab, or if you don't like them there's peg holes on both sides here. And then there's another peg hole on both sides there as well, and I'll show you. There's the Autobot logo there. If you look carefully, there's an, well, it's not an Autobot logo there, but that's where the Autobot logo would be. So like I said, there's another peg hole there, and another peg hole there, and there's another Autobot logo right there as well. So you can switch the cannons around, and let me just show you, and I'll just move the camera back a bit. So you can, like I said, unpeg the cannons. If you don't like them on top of the cab, you can just put them along the side like so, and then do the same thing with the other cannon. You can just unpeg it and put it along the side like that. So it's basically whatever your preference is. Put that down like so. Or if you don't like them there, like I said, there's another peg hole along the side. So there's one on either side of the cab right there. If you don't like them there, then as Optimus showed in his review, you can put them along the side just like that. And it actually doesn't look all that bad, so that looks pretty cool too. So I think for the remainder of this review, I think I'm just going to keep them on top because I think it looks pretty cool on top as well. So I just want to peg them on there just like that. Just make sure everything's all straight and whatnot. So for size comparison in vehicle mode, here's Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime alongside with Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Optimus Prime. So I'll give you guys a full 360, that way you guys can see the difference between the 2 figures. Transformers Prime Optimus Prime is a little bit taller than the Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Optimus Prime is a little bit more longer. So like I said, I'll give you guys a full 360, that way you guys can see all around the difference between the 2 figures. The colors are pretty much basically the same. On the back hatch of the Transformers Prime, it's more of a darker blue, whereas the Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Optimus Prime is more of a darker red. And on the top of the cab, the Transformers Prime is red, and on the front of the cab it's red, whereas the Transformers Dark of the Moon figure, the top of the cab is blue, and the Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse has the flames, whereas the Transformers Prime Cyberverse figures doesn't. I'm not really complaining. They're both pretty cool looking figures, but I'm just giving you a size comparison between Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime and Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Optimus Prime. So I'll give you guys another full 360 of Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime in his cool looking truck mode before I show you how to put him in his awesome looking robot mode. It's a very cool looking figure. If you happen to see this figure in stores, I highly recommend to pick him up. Really, really cool figure, and really a fun transformation as well. So without further ado, let's get him into his robot mode. So to go ahead and put Optimus Prime in his awesome looking robot mode, it's actually kind of a neat transformation. What you want to do first is kind of move the smokestacks back. And then what you want to do next is you want to move the arms out like so. Do the same thing with the other arm. Move that arm out like so. Next, what you want to do is bring the back half down like so. And it's pegged in. All you want to do is just unpeg it. And then do the same thing with the front half. You want to bring the front half down. And again, it's just pegged, and you just want to unpeg it like so. And you want to bring the feet out. A little bit of a tight joint, but that's right. And then bring the other foot down like so. And then they don't really peg in anything. You just want to close the gaps in like that. And then it's kind of accordion in up here. You want to bring it out and kind of straighten everything all out like that, so it's a little bit more robotish, I should say. And then just kind of straighten his knees down and whatnot. And then for the shoulder panels, you want to just untab from the top where the roof is, like so. Bring that around. Do the same thing with the other side. Just bring that around, rotate. And then lastly, his head is on a ball joint, so you want to be extremely careful not to pop it off, because it will pop off, like so. And then rotate. And there you guys have Optimus Prime in his awesome looking robot mode. For his guns, you can put the gun in both of his hands, like so. He will hold them very nicely. Do the same thing with the other side. Just put his gun in his other hand, and like I said, he holds it quite nice. And kind of just straighten him out. So I'll give you guys a close-up and a full 360 of the figure, just to show you how awesome he really looks in his robot mode. Really, really cool. We'll also go into some of the detail in robot mode as well. So you can see his feet are silver detailing, some blue detailing for his legs. Not too much detailing in the chest area, but I do love the blue translucent on his chest area and on the shoulders as well. It looks really, really nice. And there's also weapon storage on the back, which I'll show you in a few seconds. So now I'll give you guys a full 360, that way you guys can see all around how cool he is. So again, like I said, there's weapon storage in the back. Hang on, let me just show you where the holes are. I'll just give you guys a quick close-up so you guys can see. So there's two peg holes on the back. There's one right there, and there's one right there. And if you want to store the weapon or the cannons on there, you can, and I'll show you how you pretty much do that. So just take the cannons off his hands, like so, and you can plug it in. You can plug one in, make sure you have the right end. Plug it in on the back like so, and then do the same thing with the other cannon. You just want to unplug it from the hand, and then turn it around, and plug it in the back just like so. And then there you have Optimus Prime. And again in his robot mode with his weapon storage along the back. So that looks pretty cool. Now just a matter of making him stand. You just gotta fidget with them. So there you go. So that's Optimus Prime and his weapon storage in the back. So for size comparison in robot mode, here's Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime, again alongside with Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Optimus Prime. And it looks to be they're maybe just the same height, or maybe Cyberverse Optimus Prime for the Dark of the Moon is just a tad taller than he is with the Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime. But I'll let you guys be the judge. So I'll give you guys a full 360 all around, that way you guys can see who's taller. So they are pretty much almost the same color again in robot mode as well, but just the colors a little bit been switched around. So that's no big deal. So that's just a size comparison in robot mode with Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime, again alongside with Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Optimus Prime. So I'll give you guys another final look of Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime in his awesome looking robot mode, and then I'll show you how to put him back into his truck mode. Very cool looking figure. As I said, I do highly recommend to pick him up. These Cyberverse figures are actually pretty cool. I like these a lot. And like I said, I do like the translucent look on the Optimus Prime figure. It looks pretty darn cool. So to go ahead and put Optimus Prime back into his truck mode, and again, the head is on a ball joint, so you want to be extremely careful. If you can get your nail underneath the chin part here, and then you're pretty much golden. See, it popped off, so you want to be extremely careful. Rotate, and then, like I said, if you want to get your nail and bring it underneath here, like so, like that, and then bring the head down. And then with the shoulder panels, bring these back up. Do the same thing with the other side. I think I just jinxed myself with the head coming off, but that's alright. I know I shouldn't have said nothing. And then with the feet, you want to bring the feet up like so. Do the same thing with the other foot. Bring it up like so. And then just kind of get the arms out of the way. And again, you just want to like I said, they don't really tap in anything. You just want to close the gaps until you just want to pull them back like so. Do the same thing like with the other side, and then you want to just tab everything in. I don't know if you guys can see, there's a peg right there, and there's a peg hole right there, and you just want to peg these in together like so, and then do the same thing. You just want to peg this in like that, and then you want to just bring that up and then fold this up like so, and then you just want to kind of bring everything together just like kind of like so. And then for his arms, you want to bring his arms all the way down, so you want to fold them underneath here. You can see where the groove is like so, and just kind of pinch everything together, make sure everything's all tabbed in nice the way you want it. And then again, do the same thing with this side. Let me just flip them over. And again, you can see where the groove is alongside right here. And again, just bring the arm up. And again, just kind of pinch everything together like so. And with the cannons, put the cannons on top like so, and like so, if I can get it in. And boys and girls, there you have Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime back into his truck mode. One thing that I totally forgot to do, and I do apologize, just come around the back where the smokestacks are and bring them to the side like so, and then do the same thing with the other side. You just want to bring it out so it's facing the side. But overall, a fantastic looking figure. These Cyberverse figures are really cool looking. That's just my opinion. I really like these Cyberverse figures. Do I suggest you pick them up? Heck yeah, pick them up. Pick them all up. Enjoy them. Have fun with them. They are pretty cool. Fun transformation as well. So this is Mike Mouse 74 with my video review of Transformers Prime Cyberverse Optimus Prime. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, support the mouse, support your Transformer community. Stay tuned for more reviews, more updates, and much, much more. Till then, I want to thank everybody for watching, and take care, guys. Coming up next, Transformers Prime Cyberverse Bulkhead. Stay tuned, guys. You don't want to miss out.